All right, let's get into it. Today, we are going to try and tackle the absolute chaos that is nutrition. It feels like every single day there's a new diet, a new set of rules, some new foods you're not supposed to eat. It's a lot. So let's cut through all of that noise.
I mean, seriously. One expert is telling you to go full carnivore, the next one says you have to be vegan. You hear eat 6 small meals a day, and then right after that, no, you should only eat once a day. The advice is all over the place, and honestly, it's no wonder so many of us just feel completely lost. But what if there was a much simpler way to look at all this? What if you had a framework, a simple guide to help you see past all the confusion? Well, today we're going to dig into Dr. Layne Norton's hierarchy of importance. Think of it as a powerful tool for understanding what really moves the needle when it comes to your nutrition. Okay, so we're starting right at the bottom, the absolute bedrock of this entire pyramid, energy balance. I know, it's a term you've definitely heard before, but trust me, we're going to break it down in a way you might not have thought of. So, first things first, what even is a calorie? It's not this evil thing we've been taught to fear. It's simply a unit of measurement. That's it. It's how we measure the energy in our food. It's the fuel your body uses to do literally everything from thinking to blinking to, hitting a new PR in the gym.
Now, I get it. A lot of people hear the phrase calories in, calories out, and they just roll their eyes. They dismiss it as being way too simple or, totally outdated. But as we're about to see, when you actually pull back the curtain and look at what goes into that equation, the reality is way more complex and, frankly, pretty fascinating.
Let's just look at this for a second. The calories inside isn't just the number you see on a food label. It also depends on how much energy your body can actually pull from that food, which is influenced by your unique gut microbiome. And then calories out, well, that's so much more than your workout. It's your resting metabolism, the energy you burn just digesting food, and even all that subconscious fidgeting and moving around you do all day. That's called NEAT. And get this, here's a wild fact for you. Those food labels that we all rely on, they can legally be off by up to 20%. That means your 100-calorie snack could actually be 80 calories, or it could be 120. The big lesson here? Don't stress about being perfect. Just focus on being consistent and watching the trends over the long term. It's all about awareness, not flawless accounting.
All right, now that we've got our foundation set, let's move one level up the pyramid. We're going to talk about what is, arguably, the most important macronutrient for changing how your body looks and feels: protein. So you've probably heard the debate, a calorie is a calorie. And look, in terms of pure energy, that's true. But the source of that calorie completely changes how your body responds to it. And when it comes to getting a metabolic advantage, protein is in a league of its own. It is a true game changer. This chart shows you exactly why. This is something called the thermic effect of food, or TEF. Just look at the bar on the far right. Your body burns a massive 20 to 30% of the calories from protein just in the process of digesting it. Now look all the way to the left. Compare that to the 0 to 3% for fat. That is a huge metabolic boost you get for free just by choosing protein. So let's sum up protein's superpowers. First, you get that higher thermic effect, which means you're burning more calories. Second, it keeps you feeling fuller for way longer than anything else. And third, and this is huge, it helps you hold on to your muscle while you're losing fat. It's a win-win-win.
So you're probably wondering, okay, how much should I actually aim for? Well, the research points to a really solid target, about 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight per day. If you can hit that number consistently, you are going to see a massive difference in your results.
We've covered the hard science, the numbers, but now we need to talk about what might just be the most important factor of all. And this one is all about psychology. We're talking about adherence. So, after all this discussion about calories and protein, what is the single best diet for long-term success? Is it keto, vegan, low fat? Well, the answer might actually surprise you. The best diet in the world is the one you can actually stick with day in and day out. It has nothing to do with the fancy name or the specific rules. It's all about finding an approach that fits into your life without making you absolutely miserable. Dr. Norton has such a great way of putting this. He says, pick the form of restriction that feels the least restrictive to you. So whether that means you're tracking calories, or you're limiting carbs, or maybe you're using fasting, find the approach that doesn't feel like a constant uphill paddle. That's the secret. Okay, now it's time to climb to the very peak of the pyramid. We're going to talk about all those little details and controversies that get a ton of attention online, but in the grand scheme of things, have a much, much smaller impact on your results. So let's dive into a really hot topic. Are artificial sweeteners secretly destroying your gut health and making you crave more sugar? You see this argued about constantly. It's time to separate the facts from the fear. Here's the bottom line on sweeteners. They are a tool. Think about it. Swapping a regular sugary soda for a diet version is a clear, undeniable win for fat loss and for your overall energy balance. It's all about using them strategically to help you nail the bigger, more important pieces of this pyramid.
All right, let's bring this all home. Let's put it all together. Here is your blueprint for nutrition success, built on this really powerful pyramid of importance.
And here it is, the whole thing. You start with energy balance. That's the non-negotiable foundation of everything. Then you prioritize your protein intake for muscle and for fullness. After that, you find a sustainable approach through adherence. And then finally, way up at the very top, you can think about the nuanced details, but don't sweat that small stuff. The big takeaway here is so simple. Stop majoring in the minors. Focus your time and your energy on the foundation, on your energy balance, your protein intake, and your ability to adhere to the plan. If you do that, you'll be so far ahead of the game. It's time to tune out all that noise and just focus on what truly matters.